today, there are reports that 2 immigration officers have been hospitalized after receiving severe beatings at the hands of Asin Ekropon residents. Reason is yet to be established. In Somenya, the residents vandalized property at the police station and ECG offices there to protest high electricity bills. It was the case of the Delta and Invisible Forces earlier. So what's getting into us? The Ghana Bar Association has condemned rising cases of lawlessness. The Christian Council is also worried about the trend. We can hear from the General Secretary of the Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Puni Frimpong, speaking earlier on News Desk.
This is an issue the church cannot run away from. And maybe let me use your platform to plead with colleague pastors. The more we witness this emerging culture of violence, we must all come together and give a response. Our churches gradually, we are producing salesmen of anointing oil, salesmen of holy water, salesmen and all that. But we've been called to be the conscience of the nation. And the more this country is losing that conscience war, pastors must rise up. We must move the church from the comfort zone. Church must move out of the cathedral. We must journey with the people. We must be with the people. This captain was a Christian. Now, when he was being stoned, I believe he was calling on God. God, where are you? And by asking that question, was asking, where is the church? Where are our pastors? And we must show much interest in such social concerns that ordinary Ghanaian and our members are facing. And then the people who were stoning him, I want to believe among them, some of them
are Christians.
Maybe.
Probably.
Yes. And if we can produce Christians and churchgoers, whatever you call them, in this country, that even women will not have that passion for somebody's son, the nakedness, and still will have the courage to withstand that. Something is not right. And church leaders must rise up and respond to that. Today is somebody's son. Tomorrow you may not know whose son it may be. And pastors must understand that if it is true we are the salt of the world and the light of the world, then we can't distance ourselves. I'll say the same thing to traditional leaders and those who are mobilizing these young people. But being people of faith, we must be concerned about the moral consciousness of this country. And the more you raise this issue, I will say, yes, the church in Ghana must rise up. You know, we are praying for people to get everything, but morality and moral formation of Ghanaians must be one of our topmost priority. And the more we witness this violence, and it's not just one incident, almost, I mean, whether it's by politicians or whatever, we must work towards it and we must wage war. I know we are not law enforcement agencies, you know. We must do what we ought to do and leave the security agencies to do what we have to do. But the more we witness some of these things, it must call the church into duty.
And that was Christian Council General Secretary Reverend Opuni there. But the NDC says it is the fault of President Akufo-Addo. They plan to hold what they call legitimate social revolution. Don't worry if you don't understand that, because I don't understand either. But here's someone who does. Johnson Asiedunketia, he is General Secretary of the NDC, and he actually signed that statement. He joins us on the phone line. Good afternoon to you, General.
Good afternoon.
General, how on earth would you blame the president for this barbaric act?
So who else do you think deserves to be blamed?
But the president wasn't anywhere near there, and I don't believe that the president could advise anybody to engage in this kind of act.
What it means is that you don't understand governance. When they talk about Napoleon defeating Europe, did you see or read anywhere that Napoleon fired a gunshot? It is about leadership. And this thing is happening as, you know, something that is happening in a sequence. And all along, every stage, we have been warning that there is impunity developing under President Akufo-Addo. So, Nanado, please rise and put a stop to it Otherwise, it will grow and get out of hand. At every stage of this development of impunity and lawlessness, we won. And nothing has been done so far. And because of that, the impunity has been growing from strength to strength. So if you are in charge of a country and you cannot take control, take charge of the safety of citizens in that country, to the extent that your own security officers come under this type of attack, and you are there calling yourself commander-in-chief, what does it mean? It means that he has lost control. And so we have stated in our statement the chronology of events that have developed and matured to this level of impunity. So let nobody come to tell us that Nanado cannot be blamed for what is happening. His leadership has failed so far as the securing the population is concerned. And I'm afraid if we don't take action as at now, we will move beyond this point, and the results will be scary.
A legitimate social resolution. What do you mean by that?
That is exactly what we mean. If government, there's a social contract between citizens and government, that we will limit our freedoms and give whoever is governing us the authority to decide certain things for us, to take our taxes and use them to achieve certain ends, including our safety. So if we get to a point that he hasn't stopped taking our taxes, he hasn't stopped ordering us about, and there is every indication that we are discharging our side of the social contract, and he fails to deliver by way of protecting us, it is legitimate for the citizens to rise against the leaders. And that is precisely what we are talking about.
There are concerns that even under the NDC, there were some of these acts of lawlessness. Nobody blamed the president then.
You see, my problem with you media guys is that when something wrong is happening, you get up and say, that, oh, even something happened on the Kwame Nkrumah, so let us balance off and sit down.
I don't think that's what we do. I think it's the politicians who play blame game.
I'm saying that you, our brothers and sisters in the press, you have also contributed in growing and watering this type of impunity up to this stage. That is why we are where we are.
How, General?
Because you encourage this type of thing, that this statement you are issuing that, oh, but something happened on President Mahama, so what is happening now is legitimate, so it should go on.
Shouldn't we tackle the institutions that need to do their job well, like the police, the security service, than blaming the president?
Who is the commander-in-chief? Who appoints the police chiefs and the service commander?
The president.
What is he supposed to what are they supposed to do? And whom do they report to?
I'm sure that's why he's delegated some of...
We give the president our vote and put our security in his hands and say, secure us. However he's going to secure us, it is his decision to decide to appoint this person and put this assignment in his charge. It is his decision to appoint another citizen B and put this assignment in his charge. We as a collective deserve to get results from him. We are not responsible for appointing his police officers.
And so this legitimate...
So we have to hold the president squarely responsible. And if it is not even, the analysis is not even limited to what I'm saying, we have also warned Ghanaians that the person you are dealing with, the person you are about to vote for, his whole history has been that of encouraging violence and impunity. So if you entrust him with our security in this country, we will not be safe. At least, as for me, I have said this more than 10 times. Some of the times in your studios, the man has become president, and the events are unfolding. So who are you going to blame?
But if you look at how the Interior Ministry, the police, the military, everybody is getting on board to get some of these issues resolved, are you not satisfied?
What are the results?
It's early days yet.
When the policeman was attacked at the presidency, policeman in uniform with the crown of the country on his head, when he was attacked and his uniform got torn, beaten up, what happened? The people are walking the streets, there is no evidence. Even the person, as we are dealing with this issue yesterday, then on the same day, the government goes to issue a nollie prosequi for somebody who has killed a member of parliament to be freed on that same day that a senior military officer has been murdered in this dastardly manner. Are they not sensitive to the feelings of Ghanaians?
So, General, how
it is the government led by Nanado which has planted the seeds of impunity, and it has been growing from strength to strength. We will begin harvesting the results. Because if in a society, in a democracy, we have no respect for court, take that when people are arrested and they have been prosecuted, others can just ransack the court to free them. And for the government to come out to say that there is no evidence, those people should go scot-free. Somebody has murdered a member of parliament, you come out, no evidence, you should go scot-free. Let even the court even judge. Don't allow the court to judge. Who appointed the Attorney General? Then the Attorney General goes to say that we in government say that there is no evidence, that the suspect should go free.
General, how
you are telling me that somebody else should be held responsible?
General, how would you respond to people who say that this is a result from what the NDC, it's a leftover of what the NDC started? When this country, when Donkokrom, the residents in Donkokrom attacked the police, and the police packed their staff from that area back to their station. And so the NDC government didn't do anything, and this is what it has resulted to.
You are conducting yourself to justify the theories have been propounding this event, that the press is part of it, and they encourage this impunity by always saying that what is happening today is nothing at all because it has happened somewhere in the past. So let us leave it. And it is going. Precisely that is the path you are following.
Was it justified under the NDC government?
Come again.
Was it justified under the NDC government?
I am saying that what we are confronted with now, I haven't called onto your station to be arguing the merits of something that happened on the NDC against something that is happening now. I have called into your program to explain why I issued a statement about what is happening now. Tell me whether you are happy about what is happening. Is it the conduct, whether it is justified when compared to something else in the past? What is happening now? Do you like it?
So how do you intend to go ahead with your legitimate social resolution?
You haven't answered my question. Do you like what is happening now? If you like it, let me also mobilize people to come and attack you tomorrow morning in your studio.
I don't think
when you take the same medicine,
I don't think any Ghanaian is happy with what is happening now.
You should be able to judge whether it is good, whether it should be encouraged or not. When the policeman was attacked, you were there. I mean, comparing with things that have happened in the past. When the court was attacked, you were the same people comparing with something that has happened in the past. Now a military officer has been killed. You are comparing with something that has happened in the past. You are waiting to be killed yourself before you take the medicine and know what you are talking about, the seriousness of what you are talking about.
So how do you intend? How do you intend to hold your? How do you intend
to show anybody what we intend to do? But what the principle I'm espousing is that if we give authority over our lives to a president, pay our taxes, and give him the responsibility to protect us, and he's not able to protect us, we have every legitimate cause to revolt. That is what it means.
So this legitimate social revolution, what should we expect?
It will involve you. Everybody would have, everybody will devise his or her own method. If you are happy with it, you will stay there, you are concerned. If you are not happy with it and you are concerned about your safety in this democracy, you will find out the best way of doing it.
So how do we become...
Didn't you come on board the Galamsey fight?
Yes, we did.
Because you realize that it's something that is threatening the country.
Exactly.
We are beginning another one. Fighting against impunity. If you think it is right, you in the media must join that fight.
How do we join,
If you don't think... You are asking me how do you join a fight? Who came to teach you how to join the Galamsey fight?
First of all, we need to know what... we need to know the format. We need
to know how to join. Keep quiet and fold your arms. When your studios are invaded, they will teach you how to join the fight.
We need to know the format this revolution will take so we can all join.
I have told you that if you come under attack, how would you protect yourself? That is the format the revolution will take.
Are you suggesting that a reprisal attack? Is that what you're suggesting by this revolution? I'm
saying that wait till your studio is attacked, and you won't get anybody to come and teach you how to fight back.
General, teach us then, because we are all worried.
Because I'm saying that, my sister, I think that we are getting to the end of this interview because because it seems that you've run out of questions. I'm saying that if you are attacked, the legitimate means of addressing your concern should be reporting to the police.
Exactly.
Or reporting to the military. Or taking the matter to court.
Okay.
Your attackers are dealing with all these structures before coming to you. So when you are attacked, where do you go? Have a nice evening.
All right, many thanks to you, Johnson. Asiedu Nketia is General Secretary of the NDC. He refuses to tell us how the legitimate social revolution is going to be like, but he wants all of us to join in that revolution. We'll see how it pans out.